Wait, bro. Oh my god, bro. Baby.
Loading new mag.
Ah!
Yeah.
Ah!
Where's your teammate? Where's the teammates?
Marking the rest of that squad as attack. Get hunting.
Now, why would you come back?
Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest.
Hey!
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the side. Fuck, that was close.
Hey!
Next another chance. Weapons free. Enemy dropping into the AR. Loading new mag.
Don't do it to yourself. Back in this corner.
Mark remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down. Down. Marking the rest of them.
I hear you. I see you. Yo, you ain't spading me.
Enemy
Stop with that
soldier
shit, man.
incoming.
Nah, I didn't fucking Spidey up here.
Bro, just shut the fuck up and shoot.
Why don't you come over here? Where are you?
Where ya?
Where am I? I am outside. That's where I'm at. Where are you?
Throwing stun. Enemy
top.
dropping into the AR.
Come on, man, get up the roof. Get up that roof.
Marking the rest of that squad as attack map. Get hunted. Kill confirmed. Switching mags. Target down. Marking the rest of the
UAV in the air. Counter UAV ready for tasking. RCXD ready.
counter UAV on.
We're
About
back
to
to
end. Make
On top.
Right back.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the side. You're almost done here. We've got 10 squads active in the field. Get back, no hit. Only 4 remain. Finish the job. 5 squads still operational in the AO.
They're underneath.
I'm not.
You're in the
Where you
top
at then,
3.
bro?
Don't let up now. 3 squads left in the war zone. Stay alert.
Fuck up again.
Enemies dropping into the AO. You're in the last 2. Now finish this.
What? Hey, you're good over there.
You're losing ground. Moving.
They might try to play.
One of 5 remaining.
in the AO.
How the fuck me got shot?
Back in the AO.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Let's get to work.
Squad mate AO. Inbound.
No!
Let's get to work.
An enemy squad is halfway through the west.
On target. Loading new mag.
to fix. And, whatever. They said we had him drive 5 hours. Yeah. He showed up he drove 5 hours and showed up 30 minutes before we closed. So I take it to get it looked at, and I'm like, oh, good news. It's just a high pressure, low pressure valve or whatever. And then they have to rip the dash out, so the fucking labor's retarded. And then you can't see the condenser until the dash is ripped out. So then they rip the dash out and they see there's a leak on the condenser. So today they tell me they have to get a condenser. Luckily, the Mazda dealer near us has one stop for a condenser in. They got the AC blowing cold, and the fucking fan, it needs a new fan, which is the it's cheap, it's a $75 piece. I could replace it myself. They're not going to charge me for labor. But the problem is sourcing it, so they couldn't get that today. And yeah, we have to fucking...
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. So, thought it was a high pressure and a low pressure hose. They order the parts, they send 2 high pressure hoses. So car has to sit an extra day or 2, low pressure hose gets sent. Today they finally get both the parts this morning. They're like, hey, we'll have it done by the end of the day. They have to rip the fucking dash out to replace these hoses. Rip the dash out, replace the hoses, go to recharge it, and they throw UV dye in it, and they realize that not only the hoses are fine now, but now they realize that the condenser's leaking. So they call the Mazda dealership. Mazda dealership has a condenser in stock, so they just drive over, pick up the condenser. They're not going to charge me for labor, they're just charging me for the part. And because they already got the dash ripped out. Install the condenser, AC's blowing cold air. They put the fucking dash back on, and then they run the AC, and then the blower fan overheats because the blower fan's all fucked up. So they're having to order a new cooling fan, which it doesn't cost anything. It's like a $75 part, but the issue is sourcing it. And then they're closed all weekend. So they're not even going to get to work on the car again until fucking Tuesday, and they're just keeping it in their garage over the weekend. And yeah, that's the situation. But I know exactly why the cooling fan is broken, because that retard at the dealership had the AC on full blast with the fan on full blast, and it was rattling like a motherfucker. That's why I thought the compressor was shot. And then I removed the blower fan myself, and it had half an acorn in it. So this retard ran it on full blast for 20 minutes with an acorn rattling around in it, and it broke the goddamn fan.
I like doing that. And then it's your fault. You still need to pay me.
Yeah, so... And the thing is, like, I knew when I bought the car, and Brittany asked me, she was like, at this price, are you okay with the risk? I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be $2,000 to fix the fucking AC, it's gonna be $1,000 for tires, and it's gonna be a couple $100 for the coolant fan. And then I knew there was a risk with the engine too, and I was like, I mean, at the price, I'm still willing to do it. Like, some of these are selling for, you know, $22,000 for similar mileage and like options. So I was fine paying for the car, but what got me extra riled up is these retards. I get a fucking piece of mail from FedEx, and I'm like, oh, there's the title for my car I paid off. No, it's not the title for the car I paid off. It's these jackasses saying I never signed a power of attorney for them to register my vehicle. I bought the car a fucking month ago. And they just now realized they lost the power of attorney I signed for them to register my fucking car. So I had to walk out 2 miles, because I don't have a fucking car, because they sold me a lemon that's in the goddamn shop. And I had to walk 2.5 miles in 100-degree heat to go to a fucking FedEx and drop off a signed power of attorney so they can register this car in a state that I'm not gonna fucking live in by the time they're done. These people are just idiots, man. And total
You thought this was
sleazeball.
gonna go. You thought this was gonna go smoothly.
No, well, yeah, I did, because I was like, I would never in my life buy a car from a dealer, never. And then I was so pissed off that Brittany bought that car from that Acura dealership, and that thing was fucking spotless. They topped it off with premium gas, like, they didn't even top off the Miata, but like, they topped off her Acura with premium gas. We were in and out of there in 45 minutes. And that, like, included a test drive. And then we show up to this place. Car's not detailed. Car doesn't have tires on it.
You might not know this, but I know this because I have cars. So when you buy a car, a dealership gives you a limited amount of credit a month to spend on gas. Or else it comes out of your permission check if they fill it up when you buy it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so like when I worked at that Volkswagen place, we got $200 a month in gas. And the rest, if we chose to fill them up all the way, came out of the check.
That's fucked. So they're definitely not putting premium in cars that need premium.
Well, so I didn't understand how it worked the fucking first month I worked there. And like one or two dudes were like, hey, you want to go fill my car up for me? Unknowingly, that shit came out of my check. I was like, once I figured that out, I was not fucking happy, and then I ended up quitting.
What sleazeball?
Like 3 months in.
I doubt the Acura was doing that, because they filled up that car, we drove it for 10 miles, and they topped it off with Primo. And then at this Miata place, I drove home with 3/4 of a tank.
Well, so if they're supposed to fill them up when they're like put them on the lot, and then during the test drives and everything, if they choose to fill them back up after all that mileage is on the car salesman. So yeah, that dude was at his limit for the month and didn't want to pay for your fucking gas.
Well, it was a dice now to do.
So. Either way, she knew what was going on. Fucking was like, yep, he can pay the extra $15 to fill this thing up.
Oh my god, what fucking sleazeballs, man. And I wouldn't be so pissed off about this ACT if I didn't get that fucking piece of mail to realize I'm going to have an unregistered vehicle. I'm going to, again, not be able to drive this goddamn car. Because they're gonna have to mail me a second temporary registration. Temp tags. Because they're just fucking idiots. But my god, did they have a selection of cars there. I'll give it to them. They have an insane collection of cars.
It's because they hustle jamokes like you.
Well, it's because jamokes like me don't fucking... We understand what's happening. We're ready to throw money into a car. We're not getting a... We're getting an enthusiast vehicle, not a mode of transportation. Because yeah, I mean, the car selection they had was incredible. But dear God, was service bad. And not just bad, like, they were stupid. They didn't know how to do a transaction with money. They'd never sold a car for money before.
I guarantee they did. They just didn't want to pay the ECH fees.
That's exactly what happened. And I fucking skirted it, and I got like... They were like, anything over $1,000, you owe a 3% fee, and I managed to pay like $2,500 and not get charged a fee.
Katana devant moi, devant. What?
Alright, let's play it regular. We just
Alright.
got our ass kicked.
We did. We got waxed. Ball.
Yeah, it'll be pretty easy. Depending, the only problem is depending on what drain your dad put in, because there's two different.
sih sama tidak sama dalam sih. Ini
Yo también este juego te voy a golpear a la verga.
¡Para!
¿Viste lo que tú me hiciste? Me lastimaste.
Can my teammate help me, bro?
Back in the AO. Let's get to work.
Gas is closing in. Get to the safe zone.
I'm just gonna like be. I'm trying to relocate.